What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's me, Mr. Mask. Finally did it. This is like the fourth take in which I flat out didn't say it's ya boy. It's ya boy. Oh fuck! I did it again. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be all right, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be all right. But uh, you know the best part I love about working in front of a camera? The fact that it only goes up to right here and I don't have to wear pants. So I was feeling particularly lazy today and I just didn't feel like wearing pants. Don't judge me, okay? You're on here watching a video about Reddit stories. What do you have to judge me over, okay? Uh, I hope everybody's day was doing great today. Maybe I don't. I know some of you probably are the ones posting on this fucking site. Hung out with my mom today, which I found out was her birthday, which I totally remembered. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, okay? But it was a good time. We went out, we had food, stood there like two normal members of society, despite the fact that when we go home, we devolved into our lesser instincts of just sitting in front of a TV and wasting the day away. But why waste the day away in front of a TV when I can do it in front of a camera and read to you guys some bogus and ridiculous and quite frankly disturbing stories on the wonderful site we know as Reddit. Okay? So, I think I'm trying out for a weird theme today. Let's kind of head into that, okay? So, this first story, I actually didn't read this story. I'm trying a new thing in which I read the titles, and the titles grab me. We'll do a story on it. So no more titles that says I only read the titles or I didn't proofread these. Instead, we just read the title. We go through because I want my reaction to be genuine with you. I also want to look completely dumbstruck when I find out that Mayor McCheese, for some reason, bitch slapped his wife, and she's wondering if she's the asshole for calling the cops on him. Obviously she is, okay? But we, why don't we get started? What do you guys think? Are you tired of looking at my face? What's wrong with this? Okay? Hey, look at this. Alright, this is the place of pure love. There's nothing but love behind these lenses, okay? And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I care for you all. It's not like I regret anything and anything about my life in doing these Reddit stories. What has my life become? So let's hop right in. So this is coming from an Am I the Asshole subreddit, but this one is called r/AIT AITA underscore WIBTA underscore public. So I'm guessing Am I the Asshole or Would I Be the Asshole public? And this one is called Am I the Asshole for calling out a guy at Walmart who was screaming at his kid? Maybe? Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out. Okay. Or her. Who knows? So this happened today. And I honestly feel conflicted about whether I overstepped or not. It's always messy when you're dealing with a parent and somebody else's kid. I understand there's people out there that be like, yes, stick up. If you see something wrong, don't be quiet. But I have to ask the question is, are you okay with the potential fallout that comes from having a bunch of people looking at you and saying, not your kid, is it? Huh? Oh, what? I overstepped or not. I, a 27 male, was at Walmart doing my usual grocery run. It was late, probably around 9:30 p.m., so the store wasn't super crowded. I was in the cereal aisle, just minding my business, when I overheard a man, maybe in his 40s, absolutely losing his temper with his kid. What did the kid do? Listen, okay? Kids are mean motherfuckers, I'll tell you what, okay? Every parent knows. The kid couldn't have been older than 7 or 8, and the dad was yelling at him so loudly that I could hear every word from the other end of the aisle. I'm talking about things like, "You're so useless. Why do you always make everything harder for me? And if you don't shut up, I'm leaving you here." I've gotten that last one, which has always been funny to think back on. You guys ever have, like, moments where you remember your parents and your parents looked at you, I was like, swear to God, you don't start behaving, I'm going to leave you here, they're going to put you to work. It was hard. I've never heard, though, a parent say you're so useless, though. Like, I don't think any parent should probably call their kid useless. What do I know? Okay? I'm just another useless member of society, like the rest of you watching this video. It was honestly pretty hard to listen to, especially because the kid sounded terrified and started crying. I wasn't sure what to do at first. Should I mind my business or step in? After a few more minutes of this, I couldn't just stand there anymore. So I walked up to the guy and said, "Hey man, you need to calm down. That's your kid, not a punching bag." He turned around and started yelling at me, saying it wasn't any of my business, that I was ruining his day. Ruining's a stretch. He probably went home fucking and drank himself into oblivion and forgot all about it. I had no idea what kind of day he had. At this point, I'm standing there thinking, I'm not letting this slide. I told him, well, maybe you should try talking to your kid like a human, not a piece of trash. And he was still yelling at me when an employee came and asked if everything was okay. The guy just walked off in a huff, and the employee thanked me for speaking up. I was really shaken by the whole thing. It felt like the dad wasn't even bothered by the fact that he was verbally abusing his kid. But at the same time, I feel weird about confronting a stranger in front of his child. I talked to my girlfriend about it, and she said I did the right thing, but I'm wondering if I was wrong to get involved. It's not like I was in a position to parent the guy, but I felt like someone needed to say something. Am I the asshole for stepping in when it wasn't my business? That's messy. That's so messy. Listen, okay, I know there's a lot of people out here in the world that are like, you should speak up when you see something wrong and you do the right thing. And to those people I say, yeah, what the fuck if you make it worse? Like, oh, great. It's like, oh my goodness, lady, I'll help you. And it turns out that she wasn't actually in trouble, and it was instead of her and her friends goofing off, and now you look like a dick for punching her boyfriend. Just saying, just kind of watch yourself out there, everybody. Just kind of take and assess. What did the kid do? I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but what did the kid do before his dad started freaking out? I will say this, though. Calling your kid useless. Why? In what world? I understand that last part, which is like, I'll leave you here. And I feel like he said something a little bit worse before it, like right before it. Right? So, listen. If you don't shut up, I'm leaving you here. Like I said, that one part, not too bad. But the, you're useless, why do you make everything harder for me? I can understand, take out the you're useless part, and why do you make everything harder for me? Is something I'll definitely, like, I'd say to my kid, be like, oh my goodness, you're on the floor and crying, I want to snatch you up and beat your bare ass. Why are you making a normal grocery run such a fucking challenge? The kid's going out there going like, but daddy, like, can I please have the toy? Can I please? No! Ah! I don't think he did. Oh, God, this is messy. I'm going to say not the asshole. And the reason for it is just the way that he is describing, like, certain interactions with the kid, which is like, listen, normally I would say you need to mind your own business, depending on what parenting style is out there. verbally abusing the kid. I say verbally abusing with quotes here. And it goes to show that while, yes, there are people out there that immediately jump the gun and they're like, hey, you're verbally abusing the child. I will say, for what, at least taking it from the OP standpoint, I don't really blame him too much for going up and being like, hey, the fuck you calling the kid useless for? I wouldn't be like, hey, you're verbally abusing him. I'd have been irate. Hey, man, you fucking watch your goddamn tone. Listen here, we all just trying to fucking get through the day. I gotta listen to you scream at your goddamn kids, man. I got 3 ex-wives, okay? I got alimony to pay, okay? I ain't got time for this shit. I gotta go make Reddit stories, and I come to the grocery store for 25 minutes apiece. Why the fuck y'all gotta listen to you talk to your kid like you goddamn fucking, you out here fucking running a boot camp? But I will say not the asshole for what he did right, for calling the kid useless. Literally, that's really all my issue with this is. Because me personally, I would literally be like, I will fucking, dude, I will beat your ass right here in front of God and everybody. Watch me. So let's look at some interesting comments here. Not the asshole. You didn't ruin his day. He ruined his own by choosing to be an abusive, entitled jerk to a defenseless child in public. That one got, I don't see it. Just, I'm going to assume over 1K upvotes and a reward. Hey, good on you. Good on you. Hope next time he'll think twice before yelling at his kid in the store. He probably won't change, but at least the kid will remember. Not the asshole. Yes, definitely, this is a regular thing. This might be a reason he finally speaks up to a guidance counselor or a teacher, and the ball will start rolling, because now he knows this might not be as normal as he always thought. Absolutely. Another dog, assume another man. A complete stranger stood up for him against his father. That right there showed he isn't alone, that all his pain his father caused or causing was wrong. That was my validation, and he just may find the courage to speak up to another trusted adult. See, this is where I start to go into... because we were all raised differently, and there's not much you can really do about that. I'm like, it's always so fun to me to listen to these guys talk as though, like, they know the whole story. Can you imagine that? Like, you get two sentences, and immediately everybody's like, dude, I understand completely. You're a narcissist. You're abusive. That's it. The only reason I'm saying not the asshole is because no parent worth their salt will call their kid useless. So, but that's about it for my my little fun rigmarole throughout the whole situation that is this parent thinks. This was not a fun story, guys. Like, I wish I could make more jokes. Maybe the dad hadn't had his morning alcohol. You know, you never know, okay? Listen, just real quick, what did the child say before he did this? Okay? I'm repeating myself again. I'm fucking repeating myself. So, oh God, what is this? This is a strange one. Alright, so this one says... Queasy from again the AITHWIBTA public subreddit. This says this hair clip can't be innocent, can it? I don't know. Okay, tell me exactly what is so guilty about this hair clip? Where, if you ever like I mean, I get what she's talking. You ever just like go to the grocery store and then you go to the women's section because I believe that's where it's at, or at least with the shampoo and the conditioner. You over there, you see a hair clip, and you're thinking guilty. Okay? You can't not. Hair clips, immediately the evil of the earth. Alright? Don't let anybody tell you differently. Okay, so let's get started on this. So this started Wednesday morning. I still haven't gotten a straight answer or even any real acknowledgement. I, a 30-year-old female, have been dating my boyfriend, let's call him Dave, a 31-year-old male, for 2 years. This morning, I found a hair clip on the clip to his dresser. Not mine. Definitely not mine. I have blonde, straight, wavy hair. This hair was dark and coarse. The clip had a product on it. I don't had product on it. I don't wear that kind. I didn't bring it. I don't wear cream gel / product. I've never seen it before. I've asked him, whose is this? His response, yours, with an angry tone. I said no. Then I guess maybe it belonged to his friend's girlfriend. It had been over a long time ago. We'll call her Emily. I even offered to text her, ask her. He went silent. And then I followed up again and told him it wasn't hers. Still just got no real response. Just, I don't know, and that was it. I asked for space because I was confused and felt like this was really shady. Since then, not a single word. Total radio silence. He didn't try to check in, didn't offer any theories, didn't defend himself. Says he looked into it, nothing. I even called him. I was stranded and needed a ride. And he refused to pick me up. When the fuck did we get on this? We were talking about a fucking hair clip a minute ago. How the fuck did we go from fucking Law and Order fucking hairstyle editions all the way to fucking he stranded me in the middle of the cornfield? He acted pissed off like I was punishing him. He eventually told me I'd regret this and to get the fuck out and shut the fuck up. Okay, we really stepped into a whole fucking shit of case of worms here, because how did we go? How the fuck did we just go from something about a hair clip? Did I miss something? I don't feel like there was a and then he's been weird ever since. No, it went from he went silent, then I followed up and told him it wasn't hers. Still got no real response. Just I don't know. And that was it. Yeah, no, I did. I said I asked for space because I was confused and felt like this was really shady. Since then, not a single word. Total radio silence. Okay, cool. Because he didn't do anything wrong. His one defense via text after I left and said, I'm not letting this go. And was that. It's not in his character to do this. He doesn't have the time or energy. And this is the second time this exact thing has happened. In October, I found a random pair of panties. Okay. We're going to stop right there for a second. And I have to ask you all a question. It's been a long time since I've been in a relationship. I know. Quite shocker. But I like to believe there's a few of you out there that are either currently in relationships or have been in one or just at least had been in one recently. But what do I know? You guys are here listening to me read Reddit stories. I'm pretty sure half of you are virgins. I need to know, at least any women. If there's any women watching, please answer this for me. You found hair clips, right? That was weird. But before that, you found panties? A random pair of panties that weren't yours? And your first thought wasn't, well, that's weird. That's not mine. Why the fuck are there panties in my boyfriend's apartment? And your first thought is not he's dross cressing? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Come on now. Sometimes a guy likes to feel pretty, okay? He needs a pair of panties. He needs a hair clip. Nothing else, just those two things in life. Come on now. Let's get our shit together, ladies. Come on. Just for a minute. Be an actual thinking member of life. Of being a part of the race that is the human race. Okay? And just understand that you have a brain in your head that thinks and knows common sense. And I understand gaslighting's a thing, it's great, but you're not fucking stupid. Actually, let me rephrase it. You are fucking stupid because you ain't fucking paying attention. Let's go back. My tangent's over, okay? Get your shit together, ladies. We're right here. We're right here. I'm expecting at least a here, okay? We'll go down a little bit lower. I know some of y'all can't fucking apparently grasp the idea that, like, if you don't live in this apartment, right? And you found a hair clip and a random pair of panties. Now, don't get me wrong. I know what my underwear looks like. I do. Because I don't usually buy a whole bunch. I've got like 30 pairs, and they're literally mostly the same color. I know what kinds I buy. Jesus. Ain't deal, silence, denial, no explanation. I chose to believe him then, and after we did a session with my therapist. I'm so done with this woman. Now, this just feels like deja vu, and even less effort on his part to clear things up. It's been 72 hours. If he were innocent, wouldn't he want to clear it up? Wouldn't he say something? Right now, it just feels like he's avoiding it until I either drop it or break up with him. And honestly, I'm not sure which one he wants. So Reddit, is this hair clip innocent? Or for being upset? Or for... I'm sorry, hang on. Or for being upset that he hasn't addressed this at all? Or is it fair I give someone a few days of silence when they're processing? TLDR, found a hair clip that isn't mine. He's now mad at me for questioning him. It's not mine, my friend, or anyone who has been over. And I'm not going to read the edit because, oh God. So, I know there are people out there that are that oblivious. This woman, specifically, takes the cake on the, you found a random pair of panties that isn't the brand or isn't the styles that you normally choose. Because otherwise, why the fuck would you care? Why wouldn't you at least notice? Because what do I know? She at least has to have some underwear that she left at his house or something. Like maybe she has a drawer. Maybe, who knows? You guys think? You guys know? You guys think you know? Because I don't know. I haven't been in a relationship for that long. Like, I can't. So, I have a question for this woman, for OP here. So, he does this shit before, and he does it again, and your first thought isn't he's cheating? I'm telling you, he's cross-dressing, okay? Why do women always assume men are cheating when they find a random pair of panties? Obviously, my man is out here fucking strutting it out like fucking RuPaul, okay? We can't. I feel like we're on a trial right now, and hang on, I need it. This is my handy dandy book, okay? Because we're gonna throw the book at this person, okay? Listen, excuse me, dear Mr. Paperclip, were you or were you not at the scene of the crime? Because our records show right here that in subsection paragraph B in fucking people versus the fucking hair clip that you were on the nightstand and you had dark coarse hair where our client only had blonde. Take that. Boom. I just threw the book at it. Wrong hand. Threw the book at it. I don't understand people. I'm sorry. But let's get into this edit real quick. Shit. I smacked that. Smack that all on the floor. Smack that. I lose control. Smack that. Oh, smack that. Oh, smack that. All on the floor. Smack that. Lose control, smack that. Oh. Okay. Edit. Damn you guys. Okay, I feel like a dumbass, but I will say, I literally called the therapist on speaker when I found the panties. She asked me 3 questions. 1, what does your gut say? It said nothing. Lol. No weird vibes. This. 2, has he been acting suspiciously or weird? No. 3, you've been forgiven. You've forgiven more with less evidence. So if you didn't feel it in your gut and nothing's off, so do you want to hang your hat on this gray area? And I only decided no. What do you mean he wasn't acting weird? He went silent. Radio silent. Didn't talk to you for a few days. I can't. I need her. I want to find her. I do. Ma'am. I want to find you. I want to know where you're at. And I want to know the nearest cliff I can push you off. Because we ain't losing no goddamn rocket scientists. I keep losing my glasses and because of how irritating the story is. I ultimately decided no. I literally couldn't believe it, so I didn't. After a few dozen he's cheating comments, I told him he needed to move out. He has a gaming room with a bed in my house. That's why he was telling me to get the fuck out. It was his room. It was his room. Both my cameras were unplugged by him. One was disabled because he changed the Wi-Fi. He said that I'm pathetic, can't stand me because he didn't do anything, and he wouldn't have brought someone into my house and ruined his life. He has no idea where the clip came from, would tell me if he did, and generally thought I'd just accept that, say I trust you and let it go. If this is your house and he moved in and you're finding random girl products and shit that you don't use, my heart goes out for you, ma'am. Okay, and by that I mean I actually say my brain goes out to you. I would take a piece of mine and give it to you if it would give you more than at least 3 functioning brain cells. He said he must have borrowed it from my friend when I went out on Tuesday. And that I must have. She doesn't have that type of hair. When I brought this 8 short months after the panties, he said I had nothing to do with that either. I guess I'm genuinely a dumbass and gullible. No shit. Thanks, guys. Pray for me. This woman would be sticking her hand on the stove and wondering why it was so fucking hot. Edit. The people who said they'd react if I accused them and they were innocent. His lack of trying to figure out where these 2 items came from or even just the clip this time. Adamant denial just says he'd never do... Just saying he'd never do that is messing with me. He's starting to pack up, but I'm wondering if I'm looking past something. This whole old reason I even made this post. Does this make more sense? Should I have taken this response and let it go? Am I losing it trying to... way to believe it could be innocent. His OG defense saying this as clear as I can. I didn't cheat. Not now, not ever. On everything I love, including you. I swear there's no one else that's been in here, in my bed, or in this house with me like that. I don't have the energy for it. And more importantly, I wouldn't do that to you. I spent all my free time gaming, and the only reasonable time that could have happened is yesterday when you were gone all day. And you saw the state of me when you got here. Greasy, unshowered, not exactly in the state where I'd hang out with someone. I don't know how I can prove this to you, but I will. I don't know how I can prove this to you, but I will. You've got nothing to worry about. Promise that on God, and you're the last person I try to... And you're the last one I tried to sneak having someone here by. You're too intelligent and hypervigilant and in touch with your intuition and blah, 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 the fucking what? You'd feel it and even know... What the fuck? Dude, I'm a dude. I'm very much suspicious of you because you go radio silent. You don't. You go radio silent. You don't. You're immediately like, oh no, you're accusing me. I gotta walk away from this now. Goodbye. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, how stupid do you have to fucking be? And this woman, she pissing me off. She's dumber than a box of fucking rocks. My reply, I really just need some space and some time to think. I can't think of anyone who is in our circle and has that texture and curl of hair. I can't think of anyone who is in our circle and has that... Oh, fuck. That clip wasn't there when I tried turning your light on just the other day. I also looked for baseball caps in your dresser the day I wore the bucket hat. It wasn't there either. So I just am having a hard time wrapping my head around what's happening here. When was this posted? I don't know. To see through the mask, I have everything blown up on my phone. But I've never had a story that made me want to choke the OP more. And just... You guys ever see Back to the Future? who's the bully, or who's his dad's bully who like has this dude by the name, hey McFly, anybody home? Biff. That's his fucking name. Biff. Fucking hate Biff. But I will be Biff if it means that you will fucking pull your head out of your ass and realize that it's not the fact that you could be misinterpreting this fucking hair clip or the pair of panties, despite the fact, why the fuck would you have panties that you don't recognize? I'm not a woman. I don't know if you guys go out of your way to buy a pair of panties and each one is specifically fucking different to the point that you have like 100 pairs of each one a different color, each one a different style, because I kind of doubt that. I really do. You're human, and I feel like the rest of us, nobody here fucking goes out of their way to fucking individually buy like so many pairs of panties you can't recognize which ones you got now. Just don't make sense. It don't make sense. Instead, we have this issue where you found these two items, right? And he pulled the same stupid shit off and was like, "Oh, it's not mine," and then gets mad and tells you to get the fuck out. Like, no, get the fuck out. Now, I will say this. To be on the guy's side here, just for a small second, because I know a bunch of dudes are looking at this video and being like, oh my god, this dude's such a fucking simp. Oh, and bitching at me like that. We'll take a moment to ask how she approached this situation. Did she come up to him with the hair clip? Hey babe, do you know whose this is? I don't know. The hair's not mine. Did like anybody come in and leave this while I was gone? Understandable. If she came in, babe, are you fucking cheating on me? Hey, motherfucker, listen, I found this hair. I know this ain't mine. Ain't no architecture hair. Motherfucker, who the fuck you bring into this house? I can understand being more defensive. I can get that. But at the same point in time, the fact that this shit has happened twice, fuck that dude. Kick his ass the fuck out. Just saying. And anybody in the comment sections of this post that fucking was like, oh, you know, you have no proof. Man, fuck that at this point, dude. Ain't no way. If your girl was doing the same shit to you and you were finding dude shit and she went radio silent and stopped talking to you, don't act like you'd be any fucking better. Jesus Christ. People are fucking retarded. I'll stop there. Oh, God. So let's see here. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Let's go to my saved section. And while I'm there... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. That wasn't fun. Oh, I'm so sorry. I dislocated my toe the other day. Doing some Pilates. Alright. So... I did find this. And I wondered if I should talk about it. Let's see what time we're at right now. We're at 33 minutes. Not too bad. I wasn't expecting this to be a long video. But this is flag spoilers for not safe for work. And I don't know why. I'm a little scared. I feel like I may read something. I may have to stop midway through and we just go to another story, but let's find out. But this is something that I've got a little bit more for. It says, would I be the asshole for exposing a 37-year-old who got my 17-year-old sister pregnant and getting him fired? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. There's a lot of people out there, right, that is like, oh, God, I don't know the kind of men that want to date somebody that is probably still in school. Adult men who say to themselves, like, and I get, right? There are some people that are like, okay, what if he's 19? You know, he's out of school. I could kind of get to that, right? I could see it. I could see that. Because you guys are still there. You're trying to figure it out. She's just now getting to that point, or he's just now getting to that. Because it's flip flop. But I can never understand a 30-year-old that is like looking at either like somebody that's still in school. If they're out of school and they're trying to make their own way in life, I can kind of understand that. But I also kind of understand other people being a little more iffy about that due to the whole power dynamic shit. And usually to me, the power dynamic is like more of an age thing than anything else, in which you've experienced time more, right? Because even if you had like a whole lot of experience with shit growing up in teenage years, right? The moment you still haven't lived long enough for me to say that you have enough experience for a lot. You could have traveled the world by 17 and I still say you wouldn't have enough experience until you got to a certain age. So. Okay, my 17-year-old sister is pregnant. And the father is a 37-year-old man. Somehow this is legal in Texas, but it still feels completely wrong to me. I was furious when I found out, but I've been trying to stay calm for my sister's sake. She doesn't need more stress right now, and the guy's also a felon and already has multiple kids he doesn't take care of. I'm seriously considering review bombing the place he works, getting him fired, making sure people in his community know what he did. Would I be the asshole for doing that? Context for family matters. I haven't been in my sister's lives that long. We're half siblings. I've only found about them a few years ago. Their home life isn't great. Their parents never really wanted kids. Our dad struggled with his alcohol from his own trauma, and that's why I should have put a spoiler or a trigger warning to this, but we're at it now. And that's part of why I moved closer. But between rent and bills, it's hard to always be there. I've tried talking to her about her choices before, and she's a teenager. We've all been there. I had no idea she was talking to a 37-year-old until our other sister called and told me everything. Oh, God. First off, let me make this very clear. The guy isn't the only one in the wrong here. She was talking to him. That's a lot of things that don't get put on there, is she participated. But I am with this person, whoever this brother, sister, whatever, which is basically you're a grown-ass man interested in fucking a goddamn person still in high school. 17. We're looking at 17. Why? What's wrong with you? Like, she got pregnant, and she should have at least enough common sense, enough knowledge, at least, hopefully her school, I don't know, their family life doesn't sound great, they might not be going to school. But, in all honesty, she's having sex and nobody's taking protection, or she's not taking birth control. If she can't take birth control, she's not trying to do anything else to prevent a pregnancy at 17? Oh, God. Like, I don't have a sister. I've got a brother, and that's about it. I've never had to worry about this shit, like, ever. I don't get it. I never will get it. Because who could you imagine that being over there? Like, hey, man, listen. Hey, buddy. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you see that girl right there? One with the book bag? With the Justin Bieber book bag? Yeah, I fucking tapped that, bro. Got off my shift at fucking Taco Bell. At fucking Cousin Vinny's, man. And I fucking bounced it. God. Like, I can't ever think of anything in life that is as great of an irritation in my head as listening to, like, a 40-year-old man look me in my face and be like, damn, listen. Like, if she was, like, a 25-year-old, I'd be fine. I'd probably be fine. Would be like, yeah, you know, shit happens. Like, they have it at this point. But, like, I don't know about you guys, but most teenagers kind of do look at adults. Doesn't matter if they like them or like want to defy their authority or not, but they still look at them like they're authority for the most part. So my guy said, "Hey," he literally came. It was like a fucking porno where it was like, "Hey, I'll get you an A. Okay, I'll get you an A." Jesus. I can't. I've never in my life heard of the stupid. This is so dumb. And like, listen, we're putting on like I said before. She made this choice. She did make this choice. She absolutely thought in her head that like, I'll talk to this 37-year-old who is a felon with multiple kids. This dude doesn't have just one or just two. He's got multiple. And apparently he doesn't take care of them. Like, so I'm not letting her off the hook. She's stupid. But this man is weird. Apparently it is a law in Texas. I understand that. But, you know, some laws are meant to be broken, and I feel like that's one of the few ones where you go, no. No. Why? You're 17. I'm not fucking somebody that still needs their parent permission to go on a fucking field trip. I can't. She still has a curfew. She's still young enough to have a fucking curfew. And my man just said, my dick's going to end that. I can't. That's so stupid. We'll read these comments and keep going. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of shit for this one. Not the asshole, but he certainly is. Your sister is in for a world of trouble raising a kid on her own. No shit, she's literally the victim in all of this, not the asshole. He deserves whatever comes to him. What a jerk. I wouldn't say that she's entirely blameless in this. Or the victim. Like, because she made this conscious choice. But so did this man in saying he's going to fuck a 17-year-old, so. Like I said before, I feel like I'm going to get shit on simply for the fact that I was also blaming her for this, because she did. And that's the thing with teenagers. It's like, they don't realize the stranger danger part. Like, their parents did not teach them a good place to be stranger danger. Okay? You don't know the man. He's 37. He's a fucking felon. And your ass still said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Stick it in me, daddy. Oh god, this is getting weird. So, I hope she gets all the help and support she needs from her friends and family. I do. Seems pretty doubtful if she's really a 17-year-old fucking a 37-year-old and the family hadn't stepped in yet. And then someone says, in Texas, a child died from measles because the parents didn't want their kids to get a vaccine, and they'll do it all over. And they do it all over. Texan here, also note how certain counties rejected funds from the Biden administration for a flood warning system. Oh god, it's that has, oy oy oy. Not the flood thing. Either or, let's look at another one here. Yikes, at least 2 comments are basically, I think I know this guy. Something tells me there are way too many 37/17-year-old couples in Texas. The world is terrifying. And those comments and relationships, predatory acts, are what makes me want to live in the woods. Yeah, sometimes I think about that. That is kind of my dream, to kind of put myself out in the middle of nowhere where little to no one can find me. I feel the need to move on from this story. I don't want to read it no more. It's already upsetting me. Okay, so this one comes from Best of Redditor Updates, right? So I'm suspicious of my wife and my friend's behavior, and I want to check her phone. Am I the asshole? So this will be our last one, and this is a... Hang on. The reason why is because the best Predator update says it's non-conclusive. Oh well. Let's do it. So this says, this is originally posted on by a throwaway account and on and Relationship Chronicles and r/am I the asshole or AITAH and r/infidelity. Trigger warning: infidelity, miscarriage, potentially fabricated, death of parent, potentially fabricated, death of parent. Mood spoilers. I'm not telling you because you got to join in this ride with me. Okay, so they've got a few things, which is this post has been restored after OOP edited and removed the content. OBS, other betrayed spouse, wife/husband of affair partner. AP, which is affair partner. My wife and I just returned from a long weekend camping trip with two other couples. Friends we've known for years. We had a great time, but something happened in the morning we left, and that I can't shake. We were all packing up, getting ready to head back home, and I was loading our car when I looked up and saw my wife and my friend. They were at a campsite several feet away. She was bent over to pick something up, and in that split second, I saw him reach out and squeeze her hip, sliding his hand down to her ass. My wife quickly pushed his hand away, but she didn't look upset. She was smiling at him, almost playfully. It all happened so fast, maybe a second or two, but it feels like I'd been punched in the stomach. I glanced around, but no one else seemed to have seen it. His wife was busy packing up their car, and the other couples were further away, chatting about the ride back. The drive home was quiet. My wife tried making conversation, but I couldn't focus. My mind kept replaying that scene over and over. When she asked why I was so quiet, I lied and said I was thinking about work. Truth is, I was in shock. I didn't want to bring it up, and if I mentioned it, she might tell me I was imagining things, that I was being ridiculous. The rest of the day just felt like I was moving on autopilot. I barely slept last night and can hardly focus at work today. My mind keeps racing, questioning every detail aside from what I saw. The rest of the trip was great. Nothing seemed out of place. A part of me is wondering if I read the whole situation wrong. But the look on her face, that smile, it was too friendly, too casual for something that crossed a line like that. I love my wife to death. We've been together since freshman year of college. I've never had reason to doubt her. She's my best friend. But now, for the first time, there's this knot in my gut that I can't untangle. I've never been the type to snoop. I've always trusted her completely. But right now, I'm sitting here wondering if I should check her phone. It's password protected, so even if I wanted to, I don't know how I'd do it without her finding out. This is eating me up, and I know I need to do something about it. Would I be the asshole to go through her phone? Even if I wanted to, and even if I wanted to, how can I if it is password protected? First off, this comes back to the old man trick of old. You walk up and you knock the fuck out of your friend who decided he was going to grab your wife's ass. Listen, I've said this before. In the name of our great savior, Rob Jefferson from Comics Explained, violence is not always the answer, but it is an answer, and it's usually quite an effective one. Come on now. So, my man's friend decided to play the honk-a-honk with his wife's fucking cheeks. And he's out here wondering what he needs to do aside from kick his friend's ass. Like go down there, and you go there and you bitch slap your friend in front of God and everybody. Probably not the best idea. You'd probably get arrested for it. Kind of. I'm hoping he wouldn't. I hope they would duke it out like men. But we got more. But this is inconclusive. I'm sorry to spoil that, by the way. How did you decide to stay with or leave your cheating spouse? Long story short, I found out last week that my wife of 4 years, we've been together for 12 years, has been cheating on me with my friend. Although the manner in which I found out was coincidental, I later discovered all the proof I needed to know that she is definitely cheating. I haven't confronted her about it yet. They're still very much in contact and sending each other messages, including explicit content. I'm not angry yet. I'm hurt deeply when I think about it. But for the most part, I just feel numb. When my parents died a few years ago, I felt a similar way right after I struggled to process my grief. So I know the full force of my emotions will surface soon. In the meantime, I am following the advice to get my ducks in a row, finding a lawyer, and making sure everything is in place before I confront her. My brain is thinking and planning ahead, but my emotions haven't caught up yet. So I want to take advantage of the time I have now to collect as much information as possible to make an informed decision. I know I sound methodical and maybe heartless, but right now it just feels like whatever feelings I should have knowing my wife has been and still is cheating on me is not there. For now, it is protecting me from the harsh reality of my situation. Before I begin feeling the full depth of her betrayal and becoming emotionally vulnerable, I want to ask those who have been where I am now. How did you decide to stay with or leave your cheating partners? For reference, I am 32, she is 30, and we don't have kids. There's no comments to these. It finally hit me, and I'm crushed. I realize I've not been saying when these were posted. So, like, that last post was written on the 20th of October, 2024. This one was written the next day, actually. I've been keeping it together since I found out last week, but this morning it finally hit me. What triggered it was something so insignificant, so stupid. I was sitting in my office at home going through emails before she left for work. She brought me a mug of coffee, wished me a good day, and gave me a kiss. I realized everything I was about to lose, and that was it. That was my undoing. All the feelings I have been successfully keeping at bay came at me in full force. The sadness, the anger, the rage. I just bawled for hours after she left. I just thought about the life we've built over the last 12 years. I don't know if I'll ever get a satisfactory answer to explain how she could do this to me. I'm still tracking her movements and their conversations through her iPad, which haven't stopped. They met up yesterday, initially planned to go to a motel, but she ended up going to his house when his wife had to make an urgent trip to visit her sick mother. They disgust me. I'm so angry at her, at both of them. Not only do I have to contend with losing her, I'm also losing a close friend. This man stood by me on our wedding day as he watched us exchange vows. He stood next to me while I buried my parents. 12 years gone down the drain because both of them couldn't keep it in their pants. Please tell me I need to leave her. Please don't tell me I need to leave her. I will. I still have several consultations with different lawyers to go through in the coming days before I settle on the right one and begin the divorce process. I just needed to type this out to a bunch of strangers because this is unbelievably hard, and I feel as though the weight of this burden is going to crush me. I lost my parents 2 years ago, and now I am about to lose the only family I have left. I'm not okay. No, scratch that. I'm pretty fucking depressed. No shit, dude. And to top it off, I have to keep it together and maintain my act until she is served, when all I want to do is fucking scream. OOP edited the first post and added a few more details. The post has gained a lot more traction than I expected. I'm worried about being identified. My wife is not a Redditor, but I don't know if my friend or his wife are. I will bring back the original post after I confront her. I have a consultation with lined up. I will update after I settle on a lawyer, know what my options are. I originally posted this in the r/infidelity sub, sharing a brief edited version of it here, to not risk being identified. For those wondering who have been following, I have been keeping together since I found out last week, but this morning it finally hit me. What triggered it was something blah blah blah. So stupid, I realized everything I was about to lose. All the feelings I have been successfully... Okay, so he's just reposting that. The first account of the user was deleted from the comments. I was able to locate the new user account, Relationship Chronicles, which is now deleted. The rest of the updates are from this account. All the updates below have been restored. I am suspicious of my wife and my friend's behavior. I went to check her phone. I am the asshole. Found her iPad. It didn't have a password, so I got in. It's still connected to her phone. She has Telegram on it. They've been cheating on there. I'm still going through the messages, but she is cheating. I'm not falling apart yet. I'm trying to keep it together to make the correct next move without fucking this up. What do I do? Do I confront her when she gets home? Do I go to his house and confront him? Please help. Update 2. Thank you for all your advice. I didn't tell her anything. I've locked myself in my home under the pretense of needing to catch up on work. She is not suspicious. I kept the iPad with me. She hasn't used it in so long she won't even know it's missing. I took pictures of all their messages using my phone as safety measures as well. as well. They have been chatting for at least 8 months, as far as I can tell. Telegram is their main communication channel, it seems. They've sent each other nudes, sex messages, and making plans on making relationship official after leaving me and his wife. I can't believe she would do this to me. From the message I saw, she had sent him a sexy suggestive photo of her on her way to the gym earlier this evening, and when she got back, she started kissing me, wanting sex. I declined, saying I needed to get work done. I'm confused right now and unable to think clearly, so I will follow the advice I am offered here. Lawyer, gather evidence. I will work on those. I also saw several comments advising me to separate my finances from her. We co-own the apartment we live in and have joint bank accounts. My parents died in a car crash too and left me a large inheritance which she knows about. She does not have access to the money in that fund. Is there anything I need to do to protect myself there if it comes to that point? We don't have kids yet. I work from home update 3. I work from home sometimes and didn't have any meetings this morning, so I spent it researching and calling lawyers. I have 2 consultations lined up for tomorrow, but the majority couldn't book me in until next week. I will tell his wife and show her proof as soon as I settle on a lawyer and get myself covered first. Once she's been informed, I will give her time to get her affairs in order and secure a lawyer if that's what she wants to do before I decide what to do next, such as confronting my wife. I don't understand how I'm feeling. I'm not angry for some reason, more numb maybe, sick and nauseous when I think of the messages I've read, especially the sex messages. I feel like I'm just doing the things that I need to be doing right now, but it's almost like I'm living somebody else's life. I don't know how long I can keep this up. I can keep up the poker face without her noticing something's up. Thank you for your messages and support. Jesus. So, there's another update to this. Hang on. So, there's another update to this, guys. Okay, so we have his buddy, his friend, fucking his wife. And they are doing this saying they're going to leave the other. They're not going to leave. They fucking never leave. They like cheating. Anybody tells you they're going to leave their wife for somebody else, they're not going to do it. They like the rush it gives them. What a bunch of dumbasses. So, this is getting more fucked up as the time goes on. We got a lot. Where are we at now? Jesus, we're almost at an hour. Guys, I'm humbled by all... Update 4, by the way. Guys, I'm humbled by all the messages and advice I received. Not much has happened since yesterday. Just keeping myself busy with work in the gym. The anniversary of my parents' passing is coming up in about a month, and she obviously knows so when she asked why I seemed off, I was just told her I was thinking about them. I have consultations with several lawyers lined up. Most next week, a few this afternoon. I will update after I settle on a lawyer and know what my options are. Update fucking 5! This is inconclusive! I found a hell of a lawyer who managed to draft my divorce paper within days, which were filed this morning. I am in a no-fault jurisdiction, which means all the evidence of the infidelity, which I gather can't be... Which means all the evidence of the infidelity, which I can't be used in court. This is good news. The good news is that my inheritance is safe. I didn't use the money for marital expenses. Our condo was a wedding gift bought by both our parents. Each side contributed 50% to the down payment. So one of us will have to buy the other out, or we both sell it. I called the OBS on Saturday and asked to meet her for coffee. I choose that day because, ironically, other betrayed spouse. That's the OBS. His friend's wife. I chose that day because, ironically, her husband and my wife had gone on an overnight trip together. I found out from their messages on the iPad. The lies they were going with were my wife was staying at her sister's for the weekend to help with the kids, while her sister's husband was away on a business trip, and her husband was going away for a work-related project. The truth was, my wife and her husband were taking a trip out of town together, and were staying at a hotel, all paid for by the Casanova himself. I showed her the messages on the Telegram app, pictures including all of it. She told me she noticed him feeling distanced and withdrawn a few months later. She thought it was just work stress and had no reason to suspect he was cheating. Finding out that her husband was in fact cheating and with my wife, who was also her friend, came as a blow to her. We chatted some more and I gave her my lawyer's number as she considered her options. Saturday night, my wife My wife returned from her sister's house. Her sister's house. Damn right she did. Feeling all rested and relaxed. Okay? Just... Oh, fuck. That was awful. Saturday night, my wife returned from her sister's house. She walked through from her sister's house. She walked through the door and granted me with a kiss, saying she missed me. And after she spent the weekend with her fucking lover, fuck her, she sucks. Her ability to compartmentalize is almost diabolical. I sat her down and told her we needed to talk. I had the whole conversation recorded without her knowledge. Following the lawyer's advice, I live in a one-party consent state. Here's how it went. I asked her to promise to be honest with me. Of course, baby. But she was nervous. And then I asked her a series of questions. Do you love me? Yes. Are you happy with me? Yes, of course, baby. Have I been a good husband to you? Do I treat you right? Yes and yes. What the hell is going on? Please humor me. Okay. Have I ever done anything to hurt you, whether physically or emotionally? No, of course not. What the fuck? Okay, so if you're happy with me, then why are you cheating on me? She stared at me in shock for a good 15 minutes. For a good minute, and then started denying it. This went on just a little while, and then I just told her to drop the act because I found out the truth. Eventually, she broke down and admitted to kissing a guy who had been hitting on her on a bar during a night out with her girlfriend a few months ago. I don't know why, but at this point, I started laughing because the whole thing was just absurd. She was not only cheated on me, she had taken every opportunity she could to find to cheat on me. I asked her if that was the only time she cheated. She swore up and down that it was the only time, and there was a moment of weakness, that she was drunk and admit nothing. I said nothing. I gave her my lawyer's business card and said I filed for divorce. I hadn't yet. I wanted to talk to her just once first to see if there was anything left of our marriage to salvage. That if she wanted to reach me, she could call my lawyer. She cried, begged, apologized. So he didn't tell her that he knows she's been fucking his friend? And says she fucked some other dude? God damn! She fucking everybody. Alright. I mean, hey, listen, I guess you gotta get yours somehow. That's so fucked up to say. I don't mean it. That's so fucked up. She cried, begged, apologized. When I started packing a suitcase, she shifted to gaslighting, saying I was throwing away everything we'd had over a mistake. And that the worst part of what she said was I had no one else in the world. Why would I leave the only family I had left? This stung because I told her she was my only remaining family after my parents died, and there was no one else I could depend on. Only for her to throw those very words back in my face. I left that night to a hotel where I am staying until I find a new apartment. Yesterday, I officially filed for divorce. Good on you. We think that's the end, and you'd think that would be the end of the story, but there is more. There's fucking more. Oh my god, it never ends. It's like we're constantly going down a fucking staircase. No, we're not going down a staircase. We're fucking tumbling down that bitch. We're going... Okay. I'm so angry with my wife and the so-called friend she cheated with. This is the 30th of October. So I'm just looking to let some of my anger and frustrations. I hope that's okay. I posted once here before and found it to be a very supportive community. 2 weeks ago, I found out my wife had been cheating on me with my friend. The way I found out was completely by accident. I happened to be in the right place at the right time, looking in their general directions. Eventually, when I confronted her, I found out she had also kissed a random guy who she met at a bar. At this point, God knows who else she's done. She's just doing it all. Listen, I've got no problem with women fucking sleeping with whoever the fuck they want and as many people as they want. I don't care. Why you gotta do it while you're married? Guys too. Why the fuck you gotta do it while you're married? Oh, she's not giving me what I want. Dude, most likely you're not giving her what she wants either. Okay, at this point, God knows what else she's done. There's been so much denial, so much gaslighting. I just can't fathom how someone can say that they love you, who says they love you, can do that. My parents died a few years ago, and I was an only child, so she was the only family I had left. It was very traumatic for me, and I told her that after their death, and I leaned heavily on her. I was leaving the house, she threw those words right back in my face, reminding me that I had no family left but her. I'm so angry that she would twist my own words against me. It just so fucking hurts. Mostly because it's true. The friend she cheated with, he was one of my groomsmen at my wedding. And he was there at my parents' funeral. I'm just sitting here thinking about all the times I was loving her and thinking she was loving me too. How stupid must she think I am? I mean, I must have been a little stupid to have taken this long to figure out she's cheating on me. There's fucking more! There's more! We're at fucking an hour and 5!
Oh, god damn it. Oh!
My wife and my friend behaved suspiciously. I went through her iPad to find out she's cheating. Now, this is about another week. This is the 7th of November. Some update from the last time I posted. My wife was served the papers. I'm still at the hotel, close to finding a new apartment. Last week, when I left, I forgot to take the iPad with me. I picked it up when I went back a couple days to grab clothes and other stuff. Apparently, my wife had a falling out with her friend who was with her at the bar, accusing her of being the one who told me about her kiss that hot guy. Her friend is no longer speaking with her, it seems. After everything went down, OBS threw her husband out. He's been staying at his sister's place. She and I have been talking. She found a lawyer, and is filing for divorce. She has informed our few common friends about what's been going on, and they've all cut contact with him. Also, the asshole came by my place and spent the night with my wife twice last week. She's been messaging her sister, who turns out knew about the affair. My wife found a lawyer and was complaining to her sister that her lawyer explained the assets division, confirmed she had no claims on my inheritance, and she thought that was unfair. Now, here's the gut punch. All those conversations about finding an apartment together and becoming official have significantly cooled since my wife's visit to her lawyer, which I found odd. A few days ago, I got a message from her asking if we could put a pause on the divorce period. She said she loves me, thinks we're being crazy about this, and that everyone deserves a second chance. She hit me with, "I can't live without you," BS. And if I didn't have the iPad, I might have thought she was genuinely remorseful. This iPad is the saving grace, dude. He's literally got the cheats here while he's fucking playing the game. What the fuck? Okay. If I didn't have the iPad, I might have thought she was genuinely remorseful. But knowing what she's been up to all week, I knew this only came after she realized she won't be entitled to a cent of my inheritance. Honestly, that fucking hurt. Yeah, I bet it does. Go digging, bitch. I'm following my lawyer's advice. He told me not to respond. The more I think about it, the more disgusted I am by her, my friend, and her sister. The fact that her change of heart seemed to stem entirely from her discovery that she won't touch my inheritance is beyond disturbing. I always intended to use that money for a trust fund if we had kids, something I told her countless times. I didn't touch it because it reminded me of the trauma of losing my parents. The level of disrespect she has shown not only to me, but also now my parents who loved her and treated her like a daughter. I'm just glad they're not here to see this. I met up with the OBS over the weekend. She's my friend too, and she's been going through a rough time, especially with her mom's health. On top of this whole mess, please don't sleep with her. Please to God, don't sleep with her. I understand a lot of people are going to be like, yes, fuck her. Dude did it to you, you can do it to his wife, vice versa for her. It sounds like a bad idea. It sounds like... Because fucking sometimes leads to a relationship, and sometimes a relationship for these two is definitely not what they need. So, yeah. About the messages, but that's probably how it goes. They're going to fucking sleep with each other. That's how the story's going to end. I hope not, but it's how it feels like it's going to end. I told her about the messages. Long story short, she has been reconsidering her divorce after her husband tried to reconcile with her. But once I showed her the messages about my inheritance, pointing out how their messages have cooled, she saw things differently. She also shared something that struck me. Apparently, a few months after my parents passed, her husband had made a comment about how I was a lucky son of a bitch for inheriting their money. She confronted him then, shocked he would call me lucky after losing them, and he backtracked, claiming he didn't mean it that way. At that time, she brushed it off, but now she's second-guessing his motives. It seems far-fetched. Aha! This was all a part of her husband's plan. Evil dastardly bastard. If he can get in, if she can get a portion of that inheritance, and then they get divorced, she keeps it, and they get together, he gets the inheritance. Ah ha ha ha! What a dastardly bastard! This is a fucking soap opera. This is a telenovela. It seems far-fetched, but it's starting to sound like she would get her some after divorcing me and start a new life with him. Either way, their behavior is despicable. That's downright diabolical. I've been trying to look after myself. I started therapy. I've been going to the gym almost obsessively, trying to stay away from alcohol. I'm trying so hard to put on a strong exterior. Some of my friends have said it's a little scary how cold I've been, but it's the only way I can go about my day to day without losing my mind. I don't blame you. I sometimes drink to help me through it. I'm not proud, and sometimes I cry myself to sleep. There's more. There's fucking more to this story. It's a good story. It is. But this is a fucking thesis. At this point, he's getting a divorce. 2 years ago today, I lost my parents in a car crash. Oh, I laughed at that. Oh my god. Hey, I lost my parents in a car crash. It's so fucked up. God damn it. 2 years ago today, I lost my parents in a car crash. It was then that I learned how fickle and unfair life can be. 1 minute, you loved ones are here, and the next they're gone. I clung to my only remaining family, my wife. My wife for dear life. I leaned on my friends, especially my best friend who supported me. What I never expected was to find myself here, on the second anniversary of their passing, counting the people I've lost. Today I have 2 fewer people, 1 fewer wife, and 1 fewer best friend. I've never felt more alone, and I've never felt more broken. We're getting spicy now, guys. We are getting spicy. Posted. 5 days later, I punched her affair partner. It was not planned. I don't blame you, by the way. I've been trying to keep my cool, but he just had to see me and apologize. As I was leaving the office earlier today, I walked over to my car. I saw him parked nearby. When I got closer, he got out, walked over to me asking to talk. I told him to get back in his car and drive away. I had no interest in what he had to say. The fucking nerve on that guy. He just stood there blocking my car, apologizing for what he did. He kept saying it just happened, and neither him nor my wife did it out of malicious intent. It just kind of happened. It sometimes, listen. There's a lot of dudes out there that will say that. Notice it's more dudes than it is women. I'm not saying all dudes do it. I'm not saying all women don't do it. But I am noticing a trend of a lot of guys do this whole thing of it just kind of happened. It was a moment of weakness. It was above fucking... I didn't feel satisfied in my marriage, so I fucked yours up. To which, at that point, I too might just knock the fuck out of you. You bitch. He kept saying it just happened. Neither him nor my wife did it out of malicious intent. That it just kind of happened. That they didn't mean to hurt me. That he wished he could move past it and be civil. I told him to move, but he ignored me and kept talking. I snapped and grabbed him by the shirt, shoved him away, and then I punched him. He tripped and fell. I know I hurt him because his nose was bleeding. It took everything in me not to pummel him. Instead, I got in my car and I drove home. It's been hours since this, and I was reeling at first. It felt good to finally hurt him. And wanted to do more. But now I feel like shit for losing control, and a part of me is worried about potential consequences to this, like whether he'll press charges. But I couldn't help it. The anger had been building since Saturday night. When I was out with a friend at a bar, we all used to go together. Soon to be ex-wife. And him too. We ran into them there. Together, they were clearly embarrassed to be seen together in public and couldn't get out of there quickly enough. And thankfully, my friends pulled me away before anything escalated. But I had already been really angry over this. So when he showed up in front of my workplace today, I lost it. Oh my god, there's more! Guys, this is a fucking telenovela! Oh my god, when is your secret your parents are not actually dead. Your secret stepfather is fucking your secret brother is showing up just to be like, oh my goodness, I'm entitled to a little bit of that inheritance. Why? Because now we got my soon-to-be ex-wife is pregnant. 9 days later. Oh, so my son... You can tell I'm getting real sick of this dude's life. I feel for him. I do. But, dude, did you need to post it all? It's like, you guys want a drama? I got you. I was blindsided. My soon-to-be ex-wife told me she was pregnant. I was blindsided by this information. There was no messages about a pregnancy on the iPad. Her periods have always been irregular, and she said she didn't pay attention. She sent me a picture of her sonogram, which she had done earlier this week, indicating she was 7 weeks pregnant. She said she took a pregnancy test some time ago, not sure when, which came back positive, but wanted to wait for the sonogram to find out how far along she was before she said anything. I haven't had sex with her since October 11th to be exact. She says she feels that the baby is mine, whatever that means, and hopefully that this will be our chance to start over together. She even told her family at Thanksgiving today she's not on good terms with their parents, so our contact has been minimal, but they and her sister have messaged to congratulate me today. I don't love this woman anymore, and I don't want to be with her. I don't even know if this baby's mine, and she's been fucking another guy for the past 10 months. She's supposed to be on birth control. We weren't trying for a baby. Ooh, you weren't trying for a baby? After you didn't think this was possible? After learning your friend might be interested in your inheritance? You didn't think maybe she was also interested in your inheritance? After she said that the fact she wasn't going to get anything was unfair? And that she might not have been taking birth control to fucking trap your ass? I was planning for a clear break from her, and now, if this child is mine, I will be sucked right back in. But right now, I don't know if she's manipulating me to get back together with her. Not sure why she wants that, since she clearly wanted to be with her affair partner, or a new scheme to get financial support. I don't know. If it is mine, I will be there for my baby and make sure that they have the best damn life possible. I'm even considering stopping the divorce process and getting back together with her. I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Not for her, but for the sake of the baby. My kid deserves to have both parents in its life, and I refuse to have my affair partner in my kid's life. I haven't told my lawyer about this yet, and I will ask for a DNA test to confirm that the baby is mine. I feel so lost, and I'm hoping everyone else's Thanksgiving was better than mine. There is an update to this. I'm not going to read this update. I will get back to this tomorrow. We will save it here. To make sure we keep ourselves on this wild roller coaster of our dear friend Relationship Chronicles, who deleted his account. I hope everybody... I hope that was a lot. I can't believe that. We literally did that story for about almost 30 minutes. We really did. I can't believe I fucking had that much to talk. I can't believe that. I had to read that much for them. I never graduated school. I never went to school, guys. I don't know how to read. I just guess what the words are telling me on the screen. Alright, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking around for this weird themed Reddit story. That was definitely weird. Thinking about starting up an Instagram of just thirst trap pictures of yours truly. You know you want it. Don't lie to yourselves. Check out the link below to find my Twitch channel. Follow that. I'm gonna get a new headset next week. Until then, I hope all of you have a great day. You stay groovy. You stay gravy. And I hope all of you guys have a fantastic day. I can't believe that was a lot. That was fucking a lot.